and I will investigate those NGOs and hold them accountable. I will also investigate George Soros on day one in office for the crimes that I believe he has committed against our great state.
Wow. Okay. Off the top of the head, that would be an open border, facilitating an open border into Texas, which has the longest contiguous border in America. Are those the kind of crimes you're talking about? Are you talking about Marxist street revolutionaries storming the Capitol? Can you unpack that?
Well, look, he's funding riots. We know this. He's funding these George Soros elected DAs. Their election where they're literally running on the promise of not following the law, their own sense of social justice, right? There was a DA in Dallas County that said he was not going to prosecute petty crime. There was a DA in Travis County, and he's still there in office, that said he's not going to prosecute criminal trespass, right? We've had other DAs around the state that said they're not going to prosecute our pro-life laws to protect innocent babies, right? Those are on the books, but it's another reason why I support Governor Abbott's statewide prosecutor plan. I also support adding prosecutorial powers to the Attorney General's office as a backup, because we can't rely on these George Soros DAs. But I do want to take a step further than that. Y'all remember Marion Barry in Baltimore?
Of course. In
he
DC.
was the mayor. Yeah, he got arrested, I think, for crack cocaine and prostitution. He got out of jail, and then he got reelected. So I want a no Marion Barry's law where if you were removed from office, one of these woke George Soros DAs is removed from office, they need to be disbarred so they are never in the courthouse ever again.
Wow. What's your message to communist revolutionaries, either elected or unelected, that come to Texas to cause problems and try and stage street revolutions and commit crimes?
Got a simple rule. If you're an enemy of Texas, you're an enemy of mine.
And what about elected officials that engage like this? We've been seeing a spate of that with Democrat elected officials actually committing crimes against federal law enforcement.
Right. And we have a very powerful tool in Texas for that. I actually changed the law this session to make it easier to remove local elected officials that are not following the law, that are incompetent, that are corrupt. And what it allows us to do now is file a petition for removal. And it goes to a Republican Governor Abbott appointed presiding judge of the administrative judicial region. The problem before we changed the law, what happened is it would go to a district judge in the same county. And do you really believe a George Soros elected district judge is going to remove a George Soros elected county judge or commissioner or city council member or mayor, or the list goes on? No, of course not. There's not going to be accountability there. So now we have real accountability where those elected officials will face the music, have an impartial trial, and also go to a nearby county, right? A nearby county's jury, prosecuting attorney, district judge, where, for example, in Travis County, Comal County, that's an 80% Trump county right next door. They would face the music there instead of Travis County. So we're going to have real accountability now. And I will make sure that those laws are enforced, because I'm sick and tired of Democrats treating like this some kind of cafeteria style. Like you're going down the line and you pick which laws you want to enforce and leave the rest. It doesn't work that way. And when you do that, you have violated your oath of office.